There's a lot of panic and a lot of talk about, is this the end of the bull run? What's happening? And am I cautious? Yes, I'm very cautious on this stage on cryptocurrencies. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel for another trading day, and today I will look at cryptocurrencies on some weekly charts and sharing my thoughts there, individual currency strength, and also on the dollar index. Let's kick off with the dollar index. You can see here this almost sort of little double bottom forming. Now the trend is bearish. I'm trying to be bearish on the dollar, and that's it. I'm not trying to be bullish at all, but what worries me slightly is this support coming in here last night, but that doesn't mean anything. If we're still going to close down below this low here, this is the next stop down here. You can see here the structure coming in here. Big drop after this one. Now on a stage we should retest at least the long term, the 200 moving average there, and that could happen if we can take out this intermediate high. So if we take out that intermediate high, we start to see sort of a double bottom coming in here, and then that should be the target back at that area there on the moving average. But my indicator tells me to stay bearish on the dollar. You can see here the yen is even weaker than a very weak dollar. So on the short side for today, for me, is mostly the yen, the dollar, and the CAD. Aussie pound very sideways, not that keen on it. Pound flashing and swapping around with the Swiss franc, but the strength lies in the New Zealand, the euro, and the Swiss. I see the Swiss against the yen is flying up this morning. So very strong, the Swiss, the euro, and the New Zealand. That's top of the pile. This is bottom of the pile. The sparkle is on the top and the negativity is at the bottoms. But you can see here the US yen are fighting to be the worst possible currency in the world at this stage. And even with the dollar dropping like crazy, we see a yen even performing worse than that. We then get to the cryptocurrencies. Just a few thoughts here. There's a lot of panic and a lot of talk about, is this the end of the bull run? What's happening? And am I cautious? Yes, I'm very cautious on this stage on cryptocurrencies. It's not what I was expecting. But if I go through the weekly charts this morning now, most likely I will only be able to say on Monday. But we are on Wednesday already, and we see a lot of support coming in on the weekly chart. You can see here on Bitcoin. Look at Bitcoin. We're still talking about this pattern here. We had last week the long lower shadow. Look at the little candle here. The little candle here for the last 3 days is not dropping like a rock. It's not giving up at all. So there are definitely some support coming in on Bitcoin. If you look at Polkadot had a beautiful candle last week. I had some orders being filled right at the support level here, but that's just my dollar averaging orders. It's not short-term trading. And this is a very nice looking chart. If you look at it like this, you can just see here the big support level coming in. That's the lowest it was in forever. So for me, a nice white candle there wasn't big enough to say, wow, this is going to fly. But you can see how the support held very well. So for me, for dollar averaging long term, this is good buying opportunities here on Polkadot. Before we continue, thank you for today's sponsor, Inkasu. Do you struggle with customer queries that takes up all your time? Contact Inkasu to help transform your website customer focus with an integrated AI staff member. For more info, check out the link in the description. XRP also. Last week we had this long lower shadow and holding. And that's the secret, or the important thing that must happen here. It must hold. If I look at this support level, this resistance level breaking, becoming support, and I see this small candle here after this one here. Now, I would not like this to stay small. Don't get me wrong. That's not what I'm after. I'm after this holding the support. And this is very important for me. So beautiful. This little candles at this stage gives me hope for the week, but I might be so wrong by the weekend. We see the long black candles, and then but for what I see now for the first 3 days of the week, it looks really supportive. Then look at XLM supporting XRP. Long lower shadow last week. You see we had the long black, which is definitely bearish in any language. Then we had the small body showing the bears are losing steam. Now, all we need now is a nice close back above the halfway mark of that black candle. That gives us a very strong weekly bottom reversal. So if it can hold, this is what I'm after at this stage. Chain link on the weekly charts here. You'll see here also. It's been terrible, but it's walking this line. I just hope it doesn't want to go and retest this. But you can see here the falling trend line coming in with a possible flag pattern coming in here. And a bounce from here back to the halfway mark here. That would be amazing. If I can just get a close above the halfway mark, this makes it a morning star on a weekly chart. Doesn't mean it's going to fly up immediately, but it then looks very possible for us to start going up the page for the rest of the year. So it's very crucial. This is a crucial week for me to get a confirmation of the support that we saw last week. Bitcoin Cash, we had this on the weekly charts. That's 2-3 weeks old. It's coming down, not performing as well, but it's holding well. We can see at 1, 2, 3 weeks that it built support at this structure here. So a little bit of a sell-off last week, which was expected, but holding yet again. There's no continuation at this stage. If you look at Solana also on the weeklies, we had the long black, which made me very negative towards it. But then last week, it held well. Now, bears losing steam. Are they just resting for another leg down the page? Or are the bulls busy taking control? So for me, this week, it's crucial that we see a close back above the halfway mark, at least of this long black candle. Once I get that, it is a morning star on a weekly chart, and that is very, very strong. Then Cardano also, we had the break on this, which gave me high hopes, and then it fell back down. Right, finding support at this areas here. Again, a small candle here. This one doesn't look that great, but I just thought I want to keep it on my watch list. So guys, what I'm saying is there's a lot of hope still, but this week is crucial. This week is very, very crucial for us on cryptocurrencies to see that the bulls are stepping in and starting to buy. So most likely we will only start seeing the buying on Thursday and Friday, or the selling. One never knows. But something to watch, and hopefully Monday morning I've got great news for us. But guys, trading isn't just about my insights. Please fill up the comments below this video. You can support this channel by checking out all the links in the description. Thank you for joining me today on this trading journey. Remember that trading carries risk, so don't forget to trade responsibly. Never trade with money you cannot afford to lose. I can't wait to see my next video. Until then, trade well.